It produces like a certain kind of white noise that I haven't really heard a plugin make.
Because everybody talks about the loveliness of analog gear, but I recently found a piece of digital gear. I remember Alana like taking the mic to record something and being like, oh, this mic makes you sound good.
Instantly, I was like, yeah, like that is something that wanted to be happening in this music.
It's like my favorite synth ever.
The lots of extra sort of little percussion-y details. I actually made those using what's it called, a Korg MS-10. I do actually have a single analog synthesizer in my room, and this is a Korg MS-10, and it's really good for these like white noisy little sounds. I use it for these whoosh sort of thingies. Where is it? It produces like a certain kind of white noise that I haven't really heard a plugin make, and that is the thing that I am interested in. So there.
So I don't know. I don't know if anyone is familiar with what a Talkbox is.
Well, you could explain maybe.
Well, it's a box, and you put your it's amplified. So you amplify it with a guitar amp or something, and you put your sound in it, and then there's a tube. Like something to do your water in your garden, like a big tube like that. And then the sound goes in that tube and goes in your mouth. And then with the microphone, and then you modulate the sound that goes in your mouth with your palate. And then with the microphone, you record what's out of your mouth.
So you're using the Talkbox and the Mini Moog there.
Yeah. I play. The sound goes in the box, goes in the tube, goes in my mouth, and I take the output of my mouth with the microphone.
Right.
So you change the sound with the shape of the inside of your mouth.
Yeah.
So it's a very cool thing. And I use that thing all the time. For example, on Sexy Boy and on many of Moon Safari tracks, I do this thing all the time. I put a pad, like an organ pad, and I modulate. I put in a Talkbox, and I'm.
Right.
So you can think it's a wah-wah, but it's a Talkbox.
Yeah. So the original sound is whatever the original sound is.
It's synth organ pad.
Yeah. And then that goes into your mouth and you manipulate it.
This microphone, the RE20, this is something that we used for Danielle's vocals.
Yes, agreed.
About halfway through the record, we started using it. And what's nice is that, she can just hold it. And sometimes the speakers would be on, sometimes headphones would be on, but she can just hold it and it keeps out like the sound of the speakers in the room. So you can cut a vocal kind of like in a live environment. And I love the way it sounds. It has a top end boost function too, which is great for vocals. So yeah, I recommend the RE20. That was something halfway through this album that I remember Alana like taking the mic to record something and being like, oh, this mic makes you sound good.
Yeah, agreed. It was so nice. It's very nice to listen. I love headphones and I love really, I guess, getting to really hear everything in this way. But there's also something about hearing it in the room really loud and being able to cut vocals while hearing it in the room, I think is really awesome. I really like doing that.
For this record, it was the Moog Matriarch synth. It just got used on probably every song in some capacity, either whether it was as a keyboard, as a synth, doing like chordal stuff or arps, or we used it as a processing unit and run vocals through it because it has a really beautiful filter on it, and you can drive stuff, and you've got
the delay as well, right?
Yeah, the stereo delay on it. So yeah, I think for this record in particular, that's been the best bit of kit.
Yeah,
and the Kadak tied between the two,
right?
Yeah, processing though, interestingly, that's what for this record. the things that have excited us most have been the processing. On the last record, it was very synth driven, buying new synths, which we did on this record as well, but we got way more into processing this time around.
Another thing I think that we can speak to on this song, which is kind of a thing that informed the song sonically as well, is this lovely piece of outboard gear.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know if you could probably speak to it. Planet Phatt.
Yeah, Planet Phatt. It's I think it's like a 1998 or something.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese core.
It's it's like a Rompler, EMU or EMU. I'm not sure how you pronounce the brand. But yeah, it's just like, what's the hot pink kind of
It's like we've been making fun of this thing the whole time.
It had been in Studio B at Electric Lady.
It's like the top of this outboard gear
looks
thing.
Looks like the cheesiest piece of gear.
PHATT, Planet Phatt.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're like, we got to get Planet Phatt on the record. We got to get Planet Phatt. It's kind of a joke.
So finally they patch it in one day. John and Austin patch it in, and we're just like kind of combing through all the presets on it, and it ended up being all over
the song.
It's like whoa, that sound is crazy. Let's put that in there. But yeah, let me solo some of these.
Hit me with all the Planet Phatt.
Yeah, here's some weird eagle sound that's been reversed. I think this is jet.
Great.
Jet noises. Let's see. Where's some other Planet Phatt stuff? Got all sorts of let's just see what this is. Oh, actually the lick at oh, that's a door lock. Never mind. The thing at the very top of the track.
Yeah, the guitar
is a sample from the Planet Phatt. That's just like
a sample in this thing.
Right. So that's not you strumming away.
No.
Yeah.
No, we were like in rehearsals. Now that we're playing the song, it's like, okay, how can we kind of emulate this little thing? Because I feel like it does have a nice jangle to it.
This episode is being supported by Tape It, the iPhone app made specifically for musicians. If you, like many of our guests, use voice memos, then switching to Tape It is an obvious choice. And now, Tape It has layering. This means you can record over your voice notes, try out top lines, stack harmonies, build up instruments, jam with yourself, and so much more. Layering is such an exciting addition to Tape It's long list of features to help you stay creative and organized, including the ability to record straight from your lock screen, set markers, add notes, and add photos of settings. You can easily import your old voice notes, sync to the cloud, and create shared playlists with co-writers and bandmates. So, head to the link below to install Tape It and use the promo code TAPENOTES to receive a whopping 20% off Tape It Pro. And now, back to the episode.
TLM 103 was the microphone. It's pretty common mic. And then Steve, our genius, beautiful engineer, who's mixed all three albums, was like, man, you need to get a better vocal chain. And I just, so out of shame, I went and and did that. So now we have a U67 going through like some preamps and a compressor. And so that's what you're hearing on this third album. But the thing is like kind of what Leve was saying earlier, which is I've always produced with an attitude that it doesn't matter what gear you're using. It matters what notes you're playing and who's playing it. I think we could have done the whole thing on an SM7 and it would have been fine. Because just quickly to say this, like the different microphones have different frequency responses, but so do different cellists. And Leve has a specific frequency response in her playing. And to me, that far outweighs whatever mic you put in front of it. And then, you know, beyond that, it's the note choice. So I think it's like, it's fun to have these vanity purchases of like buying a nice microphone, and it does make it sound better. But ultimately, like, when you listen to the first album, Leve, are you like, wow, this sounds bad?
Not at all. Like I've done clean versions on a voice memo before. Like I've been like in a different country and needed to like turn the like a word into something else. And like, it doesn't, I'm so with Spencer on that. It's about the playing, not the, like, I think the phone sounds great sometimes. So
yeah, it does. Yeah. It does sound great.
It sounds great. Sometimes I listen to a voice memo and I'm like, whoa.
I think the sometimes the like, sometimes thinking about gear can be an excuse to not think about the harder thing, which is like, are your ideas good? You know, it's harder to make good note selections than it is to like have the right microphone. So that's my take on that.
And I used the Oberheim 8 Voice over there to make these really lovely synth
chords, it's like my favorite synth ever, because you can tune every oscillator. There's 16 different oscillators, and they all go out of tune all the time. So by the time you've tuned it all, they're all slightly out of tune. And then when you try and play these chords, they're all just a little bit wonky, just the right amount, and it ends up sounding something like this. You can also pan them, so the chords are like going from side to side, and each note is panned in a slightly different place.
Yeah. So that's the Oberheim, because it sounds like a combination of strings or a variety of instrumentation.
Yeah. That's literally, I think that's just that synth with some reverb on it, like no other effects. It's just a beautiful sounding thing. But it does take a long time to program.
Right.
But that's the same synth that I did Gosh with, and it's very versatile. You can kind of do anything, but it takes a while.
Yeah. And by taking a while, are you saying a day or a few days?
A few days, but also if I get something good, I'll try and make sound-wise, I'll try and make as many things with it as possible, because I know the next day if I've turned it off and turned it on again, it will be totally different.
I asked my friend Etienne de Crécy. He's an electronic musician. He was making house music at the time, and he was working in a recording studio. I said, man, I want to buy some gear to make records. And what do you suggest? And if I want, can give me advice? And he said, man, you have to buy music is sound. So if you want to just, instead of having several mics, just buy one good mic. So we had one mic with AKG C414. This is pretty expensive at the time. It was like 5,000 francs or 4,500 francs, which is the same as in euros now.
Yeah.
And then he told me to buy a Ensoniq DP4 because he said there's all the effects on it. And so I used Moon Safari is all about the DP4, the reverb, the tempo delay, the dotted eighth tempo delay, and also the guitar amp one just to crunchy some stuff, and also the Doppler, the synth Doppler. It's like something it's like delayed chorus reverb. We put that on the pads. So we had one amp and we record with this amp. And we have one mic, this AKG, and we got everything with it, like the Rhodes in mono. Yeah, because there's the Rhodes as well. The Rhodes is our signature. Basically, our signature was for the air sound. It's a Rhodes with the Solina and with the bass and with some Moog sound design, you know. So this is the core of the air sound. Solina, Rhodes, sound design, electronic, and bass. P-bass.
Yeah. But all recorded through one mic.
One mic, the C414, and one guitar amp.
Oh man, okay. This up was a kind of I feel like definitely a cornerstone of the language of this album. Jimmy had been into the Polysix for a while, right? You'd been kind of putting it on everything without me really having an understanding of what I was hearing. Yeah, Jimmy just starts playing this crazy kind of arping line on the Polysix, and it just jumped out of the song. It felt so I remember calling it guilty pleasure. It just had this yumminess that felt like I was like, whoa, is that allowed to be in this sanctimonious sort of song about my relationship with my parent? It was sounded like this the yummy pop music of the kind of mid 2000s that we grew up on. And instantly I was like, that is just the richness and rawness and kind of dancing on the edge of poor taste. That felt like something that wanted to be happening in this music. And that really sort of I was like, hang on, what is this Polysix? Right? Yeah. And then that became, truly a cornerstone of the whole record. And Polysix is on almost everything. And
right here.
That's filthy.
Yeah.
almost he's not allowed. I'm like singing about this like crazy subject, but it's so activating on the body.
Can you solo it for us?
Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do one. I'll do one that I think is maybe against the grain here, because everybody talks about the loveliness of analog gear, and I like that stuff too because it adds some quirkiness. But I recently found a piece of digital gear that is an analog simulator, and it's the JU-06A, which is a Roland reissue of the Juno 106 and the Juno 60 keyboards. But it's a little tabletop hardware synth that is a model of those old keyboards. I usually hate those models. They never feel as good or feel as real to me. This one, the JU-06A, sounds so good. I used it more than I used my original Juno, which I'm like embarrassed to say. But the reason I'm saying is because it's so useful to me that I want other people to know about it. Like this hardware emulator is absolutely genius. It's so well crafted, well made. I think Roland knocked it out of the park on this JU-06A, and I use it all the time now. It's actually sitting right in front of me. I put it on my desk, and it's now like my go-to synth. So if you like hardware synths and you like tweaking knobs, but you want something that's a bit more consistent that you have to take into the shop less, man, this is the thing.